Hey, what's up there, YouTube land? This is Grumpy Gamer Dad here, and I'm at home now, but last week, on May 3rd, I was in Disneyland. A special birthday present from my wife. She took me to the Disneyland After Dark Star Wars night. It's a special ticketed event, and so they let people in starting at 6, I believe. We were already in the park since like 3 that day because we're annual pass holders, but the ticketed people got to go in a couple hours early. The event started at 9 o'clock. You got a wristband, you got a lanyard. After 9 o'clock, you went anywhere within the park and they were checking for that wristband. You'll see the wristband here in the future video. And so it was closed to the general public, and there was a quote, I'm going to use that quote, limited number of tickets, air quotes, because it still felt like there was 87,000 people there. It was fun, but it was chaotic, and they're doing another one tomorrow night, I believe. So May 9th, I believe, is the next one, and hopefully it's not the nightmare that this one was, because the lines were incredible long, and there was such disorganized and chaos, especially over the merchandise. It was not what I would consider Disney. Disney After Dark. It is May the 3rd. So, Star Wars Day Eve. And the first Star Wars After Dark night sold out. Good thing my wife got our tickets weeks ago. So the event check-in starts at 6 o'clock outside of Aladdin's Oasis here. Special check-in. Woohoo! We've moved. We're in line. We're about to get our wristbands and our itineraries. I've already seen the sneak itinerary. Lots of cool stuff coming. But we're going to get our wristbands here and our lanyards. Star Wars! Alright, so I got my bracelet. Very cool. And then got this really cool upside down lanyard. Okay, so right side up lanyard, lenticular. So, oh, there you go. First Order, Rebels. First Order, Rebels. No Empire. Boo. So one of the events that we attended there was a special panel with some Imagineers from Star Wars Land. If you've ever been to Disneyland, the area where the Mickey's Magical Map is, the show there is it's a theater. It's the amphitheater style. And so they brought some Imagineers up, and we had a video screen up there, and on the video screen was Ron Howard talking about the new Solo movie coming out, which was really cool. And I'm standing there in line, and I look back behind me. I'm actually trying to find this right now. I look back behind me, and who do I see? Mr. Cheezypop, right? There I am. There, I don't take selfies and I don't smile, but here I am, me and Mr. Cheezypop. Super, super nice guy, super cool. I fanboyed a little bit, and so I went over and just talked to him and just said, hey, thanks. I'm like, are you Max? I love your videos, blah, blah, blah. I watch your channel. So that was cool. And then getting to know some inside details on the new Star Wars Land, specifically the Millennium Falcon ride, was super cool. So A+ on that. There'll be more on that later. Hyperspace Mountain is back. Oh my. They're not even short. Oh, it's like R4-D4. Is that pink or red? I can't tell. So there you go. That was pretty much just a sampling, if you will, of the Star Wars night. The photo opportunities, some of them were really cool. There was a Wampa Cave and a trash compactor that we did early. It opened at 6 o'clock, so we were able to get in that. The special Star Wars panel, like I discussed before, that was a 7:30, so not the full crowd of people, ticketed people, were there yet. That Millennium Falcon ride, I mean, judging from what the Imagineers said, that's going to be badass. I mean, they've built a Millennium Falcon full size, to scale, every detail. I thought there would be a little bit more as far as merch goes. We were there in the Disney Emporium at 9 o'clock when the merch was released, and it was like Black Friday at Walmart, and people going crazy for like,
$9.99 Blu-ray players. It was insane. It was very much not Disney, very disorganized, very much chaos. Literally, merchandise was being thrown across the room to, oh, you don't want one. And hats and mugs and everything was being thrown across the room. And I thought, well, I could get it if it's exclusive merchandise for only the people at Star Wars night. But no, the next day, all that shit was in the Star Trader. All that, the pins, anything that didn't sell out the night before, they held some of it back. Pins, the hats, everything was in the freaking store, or the parks rather. And I was like, what's the point of that? I mean, this chaos for all this merchandise that, you can get the next day, just walk up. I didn't feel, there were some things that I felt were, oh, this is exclusive. Like the fireworks show, that's going to be in another video. The March of Captain Phasma and her troopers was cool at night, but they're doing that as an ongoing thing now. Hyperspace Mountain was cool. We didn't ride it that night because the next day we can get on it with FastPass. So while the overall experience, I give it like an 8 out of 10, the exclusivity feeling of it, I give like a 3. Honestly, I didn't feel like I was special. I felt like I was one of like however many people that they allowed in, and at least at Halloween night you feel somewhat special. I don't know, maybe it's just me. There was a lot of mixed feelings about this whole process, but it was fun. I was at the first Star Wars night ever, right, at Disneyland, so that right there is cool. And I was with my wife, so I was with my favorite person in my favorite place. Anyway, until next time, this is Grumpy Gamer Dad saying, to paraphrase Yoda, you can do Disney or do not Disney. There is no try Disney.